And I'll also make sure after the call, I'm going to drop the PDF for the strategy. We'll be going over the Sensei strategy. Some of you guys probably know what it is. So if you do know what it is, this review. And for people who are seeing this for the first time, definitely take notes, pull out your scanner. You guys I will walk them through it with you guys. If you guys have any questions, you just go ahead and just leave it in the chat. That'll be perfect. But for guys who do not know me, let me just go ahead and just share my Instagram, guys. A lot of people hit me up. My Instagram is right there. Guys, go ahead and follow me so you guys can stay connected. I know a lot of people DM me, about the strategy if they need extra help or they just kind of need, just an overview of it. So, guys, go ahead and follow me, guys. Show some love so you guys can stay connected because, we are the BPO family. I want to make sure I'm connected with all you guys so, we guys can just, collab and just get to the next level. So, guys, make sure you guys follow me before we even, get into it. But I just want to just hop in right into the scanner, guys. Let me go ahead and delete this really quick. And drop the one in the chat if you ever heard of the Sensei strategy. I want to know, who I'm talking to. Right? How many guys know about it? Drop one in the chat if you've heard about this strategy. Let me see. Let me open up the chat really quick. All right, cool. We have a few guys. All right, perfect. So, guys, this is a strategy that I use every single day. Very simple strategy, guys. Very, very simple. It's a 5-step strategy that'll help you, take trades and now you can be able to find your own trades, guys, and trade with little to no drawdown, and you'll become your own signal. Because I know a lot of guys, especially the people that come into my organization, they ask me, well, Chuck, I'm taking the signals, but I want to become my own signal, right? I want to secure my own bag, right? And with the scanner, guys, this is something that we all have. We're able to use this Sensei strategy, which takes the scanner's 80% success rate to a 90% success rate. You can show people this strategy, guys. We're talking about massive impact. Okay, so let me go ahead and just delete some of these indicators. I want to just start from the top really quick and just I want to focus on this pair because this was a trade that I took last night with my team. I just want to walk through it really quick. Right, let me just delete this really quick. Yeah, let me delete this. And let me just go over the two indicators, right? So the two indicators we have are the exponential moving averages, okay? So you guys want to get familiar with this right here, the indicators. You select that and you just type in EMA, right? And you want to put in moving average exponential, right? You actually need two of these, guys. You want to press this twice, and then it would pop up in the corner of your scanner, okay? So the first EMA, the length is 3, right? Close, offset is 0. The only thing we're changing, guys, is the length, okay? It's 3. In the style, guys, we want to make sure that it's turquoise and that we bring this up to 100%. And you can also modify the thickness. I like to bring it to around, second part. You can bring it up to the third part, which is also, really good. Just make sure that you guys can see the indicators. That's very important. And for the second one, it is the 10, right? 10 EMA, okay? So that's the length, right? The 10 style. We want to make sure that this EMA, right, is red. Same thing. We want to, precision is 4, guys. Sorry, forgot to mention that. Precision is 4. And then you just press OK. And then you would have the two EMAs on your screen. Okay, so before I even jump into the other indicators, I want everyone to understand just the cross, okay, and identifying the cross. So that's actually the first step when you're using this strategy. Okay, so last night, right? And before I get into it, sorry guys, the last indicator you want is the MA with EMA cross. This is one of my favorite indicators. This is gonna let us know when these indicators cross. Okay, forgot about that because this is a very important indicator you want to have. So the top, right, length MA is 3 and the length EMA is 10. Okay, we want to make sure they match the indicators we have on our screen, and we want to take off the MA, we want to take off the EMA, and we want to leave the crosses checked on. Okay, we're gonna make this black. I'm gonna bring this up to 100%. And that's the only thing we need to change. So we're gonna press OK. And as you can see, guys, you can see right behind the candles, you can see actually the cross of the actual EMAs. Okay, so this is very helpful because now I don't have to try to figure out when the exact cross happens. This indicator is going to let us know, okay, this is where they cross, and that's the first thing we want to identify, right? So with these EMAs, guys, there's something that I like. They're going to identify the change in direction. Okay, so whenever the turquoise or the blue indicator crosses downward, you sell, and whenever the blue EMA crosses upward, you buy. Okay, so whenever we're on the scanner, okay, the scanner is going to scan the market, and the first thing that you want to know is if you're in a buy or if you're in a sell. Okay, in this example, guys, GBP USD last night, the scanner scanned GBP USD for a sell, right? We have a Gartley pattern, and we want to look for the blue indicated to cross downward. Okay, so you can see here, this is actually the first cross. Okay, so this is where the trade started, right? You can see the letter D, and this is where the cross happened, right? So the first thing you want to identify, right? So one thing I like to say to my guys is, I stress it to my team, there's no cross, there's no trade, right? This is the first step, is to figure out where the cross is, okay? So understand, guys, with these indicators, you're able to identify the change in direction, and you guys can look how well you're able to identify. If I go back really quick. Yeah, I'll go back to the settings, Adam. Just give me a quick second. So I can see, right, crosses upward, we buy. All right, we can even look back. I like to do this a lot just to look at just how the indicators work. You guys can see, right? We'll be going over other examples as well, okay? But this is the first thing that you want to see, the cross. So let me go ahead and write that out for people who are taking notes, okay? So blue crosses, right? Blue crosses. Oh, this is a little big. Should make this big enough. All right, blue crosses up, or blue crosses over red. Make sure I get that right. Crosses over red, buy. Blue crosses under red, sell. Okay, that's one thing I like to say. Blue crosses over red, buy. Blue crosses under red, sell. Okay, very simple. Okay, so with the EMAs, guys, that is not enough confirmation for us to actually take the trade. You can use these indicators on the Harmonic scanner, right? With the Sensei, guys, you have indicators that we implement. Okay, so this is very, very helpful for you guys. So first EMA, guys, going back really quick before I move forward. The first EMA, yeah, guys, yeah, let's just do that. Let's save the questions for after, guys. I'm gonna just run through it. All right, and I'll make sure I drop the PDF for all the settings in the BPO chat, so you guys can have that, and you can share it with your teams. That great stuff, right? So let me just get right into it. So yeah, blue crosses over red, buy. Blue crosses under red, sell. The next thing you want to do is you want to change your candles to Hakanashi candles. Right? I love these candles. This tells us the momentum of the trade, right? The momentum of the market, right? So to kind of smooth out the market, and we're going to get into that a little later, but we're going to change that to the Hakanashi candles, okay? Make sure that's, okay, Hakanashi candles. And the next thing that you want to add, guys, I think I already have these indicators set up already. How are we going to do this? So let me just delete them off and just take them off. And we're just going to start from the top. So the first indicator you need, so we need the RSI, okay, the relative strength index. That's the first indicator you need. You need the RSI. So you want to type that in and we'll select it. Now we want to take that off. We want to put in the momentum indicator. Right, that is the second indicator, momentum. So type in MOM, momentum should pop up right there. The next indicator we need, guys, is the money flow. Okay, so we have our RSI, our momentum, and our money flow. right? These are the 3 indicators that we needed. We're going to be putting these 3 indicators into one window, okay? So I'll be showing you guys how to set that up. So now that we have our RSI, our momentum, and our money flow, the next thing we need, guys, is our MACDs. All right, we need 2 of these MACDs, so make sure you select it twice, okay? So we'll be using these MACDs, and I'll be showing you guys how to set it up. So now we have all of our indicators on our screen, guys. So we're gonna start from the top, and we're gonna go to settings, and the length is gonna be 5. Okay, so make sure the length is 5. For guys who are taking notes, just follow me. Guys, if you don't have your scanner with you, just take notes for your team, and we'll just go from there. So the inputs is 5. Again, the style for the RSI, okay, we're gonna take off the lower limit, and we're gonna take off the background. So the plot and the upper limit are the only 2 styles we're gonna have on. And so the color, we're gonna change this to red, okay? And we're gonna bring this up to 100%. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the upper limit. We wanna change this to black, okay? And now we wanna, increase the thickness. Next thing you wanna do, you wanna go to the dotted line. So the next box, you wanna select the dotted line, and you wanna change the 70 to a 50, right? So we want to bring that upper limit to the 50 level. And I'll be explaining each indicator, what they are, and like how what they mean for you guys. You guys have a better understanding. So the precision is gonna be 4. And that's the only thing that we need to change. So again, guys, just going back, plot is red, the upper limit is black, and we have the dotted line, and it's at the 50 level. So make sure you change it to 50. So then we're gonna press OK. So now we're gonna go right into our momentum, guys. Input is gonna be 5 again. For the length, that's the only thing we're changing for the input. So length is 5. The style, okay, is what is it? Sorry, it's blue for the blue for the style. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this at 100%. We're gonna bring the thickness up as well. Precision is 4, and that's it. That's the only thing we need to change. And then you're gonna go ahead and press OK. All right, now guys, now that we finished with the momentum, we have all our settings in for the momentum. We're gonna go ahead and drag this. Okay, so you wanna make sure these gray circles are on your line. You wanna drag this into your RSI. So you just click it and then you drag it on top of your RSI, like so. All right, so it should look like this, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing with the MFI, or money flow index. Okay, we do the same thing. So now for the money flow index, the length is gonna be 5 again. The style, we're gonna take off the upper limit, we're gonna take off the lower limit. So no upper limit, no lower limit, and no background. All right, all that's taken off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna change the plot to green, right? We're gonna bring this up to 100%. What we're gonna do is bring the thickness up as well. And so the precision is 4. So we're gonna press OK. We're gonna drag this into our RSI and momentum. So you guys can see it should look like this. So we're gonna put the RSI momentum together. Make sure you drag it into the same window. So it should look something like this. All right, now guys, with our MACDs, all right, also known as our the MAC sauce indicators. This is a very, very popular indicator that is used. So we're gonna go ahead and change this to fast length is 12, slow length is 18, source is closed, and the signal is 1. Right, 12, 18, close, 1. Guys, give me 1 second. All right, perfect. So the next thing that we want to do, we're going to go to the style, and we're going to take off the histogram. We're going to take off the MACD. And the signal is going to be red. We're going to bring this to 100%. The thickness, we want to bring that up as well, around the second level. Precision is 4, and we're going to press OK. Now for the last MACD, we're going to speed this up a little bit. Fast length is 5, slow length is 10. The source is closed, and the signal length is 1. All right, so it should look like this: 5, 10, close 1. The style, we want to take off the MACD, right? The histogram is going to be checked on for this one. And we're going to go ahead and make this black, bring this up to the 100%, thickness up as well. And we're going to click this box right here, and we want to check the price. We want to make sure that the price line is checked on. All right, so you guys should see that price line is now in that window, and then we're going to go ahead and change the signal to green. And we want to bring this thickness up, and we're going to bring this up to the 100%. Precision is 4. Hey guys, just going back a little bit just to make sure you guys get everything. There's the signal. Here's the histogram. It's black. And make sure the price line is on. So precision is 4, and then you're going to press OK. So now, guys, we're going to put the MACDs together. So you want to drag this into your MACD. So now your screen should look like this, right? It should look, right? You have your your RSI, your momentum, your MFI, right, together. That is your RMM, and you have your MACDs, okay? So let's get right into it, guys, okay? So what these indicators do, they tell us a story, okay? They're gonna tell us a story, guys. They're gonna let us know, okay, where money is going, okay, where momentum is going, so that we can trade with that extra confirmation. Right, so this is very, very helpful, especially with guys who are just starting out. With this scanner, guys, we're able to like identify, these easy setups, guys, very easy setups. We'll move right into it. Okay, so the first step, let me see if I can pull up my notes here for you guys. I have a lot of notes. Let me see, where is it? Yeah, it's right here. So let me know if you guys can see that. I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this and just put it right into the screen here. Help you guys. These are the 5 steps, the 5 confirmations. Okay, I'm gonna try to make this see if you guys can see that. So make sure you delete that. So these are the 5 confirmations, guys. So one thing I always say is do not overthink the strategy, right? Do not overthink it. Follow the steps, follow the confirmations, and you'll be fine, right? Do not overthink trading. Do not overthink the strategy. Just follow the steps. That's one thing I always say. So the first thing is the transitional zone, right? You want to figure out if it's a buy or sell. Okay, so here, guys, for GBP USD, this was a sell. So in that case, right, we're going to go right into the second step, do the EMA's cross. So since the Harmonic scanner is telling us to sell GBP USD, okay, we're going to look for the blue line to cross underneath the red, right, to cross downward. So you guys can see how the first cross is here, okay? So our cross is right there. And so, guys, what you want to do, right, with this strategy, right, when you're going through the confirmations, is that you want to go to the tool here and you want to press the vertical line, okay? And you want to put a line right where you see the cross, okay? You want to put a vertical line right on the cross, and you want everything to line up. And this is very important, right? This is a very, very important thing you need to do, to line up your confirmations. So once you see a cross, okay, we want our vertical line to be on the cross, and we're going to work our way down. So now that we have our cross, we're going to look at our RMM to see if it's crossed below the 50 level, okay? So let's get right into it. So we look at our RMM. All right. So the second, not the second, the third step is to look for our RMM to see if all three indicators are below this 50 level. And as you can see, guys, we have our RSI, we have our money flow in seller's territory, but we still have our momentum indicator up here, right? So a lot of people ask me, okay, what do they do when this happens? Because this happens a lot, right? They have two indicators in seller's territory, and they have one in buyer's territory, like hanging up here. So if this happens, guys, we're gonna wait for this indicator or momentum for all three to cross below, right? Because we want to trade with precision. Okay, we want to wait for the right confirmation. Okay, so we want to wait for all three indicators, okay, to cross below. So even though we have our cross here, guys, we want to make sure everything follows. So one thing that you do, guys, whenever you see a cross, is just to make sure that you keep it on your watch list. Okay, even have an alert on your phone if you have call levels. That's what I do, and I make sure that I make sure I keep my eye on this pair, because if it continues to come down, okay, we want to make sure we catch that, right, and we make sure that we have that confirmation lined up with our cross. So guys, you guys can see how it works its way down underneath the red line, and it's still, as you can see, right, it's kind of consolidating. Our momentum is kind of consolidating right on our 50 level, and you guys can see how there's a pullback, and then it makes its move. This happened during London session. I believe this was last night. So it's actually where's a second entry. So our entry is actually right here, right? Our true entry is right here. So you guys can see, right? If you guys saw that cross and you entered, you guys would have made, let's say, about 20, 30 pips, which is pretty good. And you guys would have, stayed in that trade, would have pulled back, okay? But this trade is this right here, guys, is where we want to enter, right? We want to catch this move right here, right? And I'm gonna walk you guys through that. So our cross, right, cross for the second time, but this time you guys can see how our RMM looks a lot different now, okay? So you guys can see here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in a little bit, right? We have our RSI momentum. It's not that clean, but we can line that up, right? What we want to look for, because we're not going to enter the trade yet, but what we want to look for is our RMM to be trending in that direction, going towards that direction, okay? So we haven't entered the trade yet, but we want to make sure that we line that up, okay? Because that's the second confirmation. I'm sorry, the third confirmation. Now, guys, we're going to go into our fourth confirmation, which is our MACDs. What you want to look for is your green line to cross below as well, right? So top part, buyer's territory. The bottom part is seller's territory. So once our green line has crossed, okay, below, okay, we want to line that up as well. You guys can see it's right on our green line. I'm sorry, it's right on the zero line, the zero level. And what we want to do is, guys, is when we see our lineup, once we see our cross, we want to wait for the next candle, right? We want to wait for the next candle. And the candle that we want to look for is a flat top Hakanashi candle, right? So for you guys who are new, right, these are flat top Hakanashi candles. So whenever we're looking for sales, guys, these are the candles you want to look for. Flat top Hakanashi candles. So flat at the top, and you have a wick at the bottom. And you guys can see how big these indicators, these candles are, right? These are the trades that we want to catch, right? Once we see a flat Hakanashi candle, right, flat top close, we take the next candle. Okay, so a lot of guys that ask me, when do I enter the trade? Literally right after that candle closes. So once we see the cross, you want to wait for this candle to close, the next candle to fully close. So we're on the hour, which is the time frame you want to be on. Make sure that you're on an hour for this strategy. Okay, you're gonna wait for this candle to close, and what I like to do is put a circle whenever I see a flat top Hakanashi candle. Put a circle on that, and we're gonna I make sure I watch that candle. I'm gonna see how it closes. Okay, so we want to make sure it's a clean flat top Hakanashi candle, guys. And once it closes, we just enter the trade, and it would be, and the way these candles work, they open and close literally in the body of the previous candle, as you can see, right? They open literally in the body of the previous candle. And so our entry would be around this area, okay? That would be our entry. And as you can see, guys, it goes right into profit. And that's one thing I love about this strategy, guys. You know, if you're patient and you wait for the confirmations to line up, you wait for the candle, you enter, you know, this strategy works every single time. And I'm gonna guys walk you through another pair, but we can go ahead and just look at that. Right, that's about 100 pips. Okay, it comes down to what I like to do, guys. I like to put my own take profits. Sometimes I go for around 30 to 50 pips. Nothing crazy when I'm on a scanner. Not looking for big moves, but you know, if I want to make a quick, you know, 30, 50 pips, this is a strategy for it, right? And this is why I love this strategy, especially for beginners, guys. You guys can go ahead and see that, right? Comes down, right? Let's go ahead and go over another strategy, a cleaner setup. And just go over it again. Let's see, you guys can see here. Let's go ahead and look at this a little more. You want to make sure that you hold your trades with the strategy as well. You guys can see how for, what is this, AUD USD? You know, it crosses up multiple times. So this is where the trade actually started. You guys can see it crosses up here, and we have our cross, which is our first confirmation. So that's our first step, right? Is to find the cross. So one trick I like to do is press Alt-V on your keyboard, and you just place it right there, right? Alt-V. So we have our cross. We look down here. We have all three of our indicators, our RMM, our money flow, and our momentum indicator in buyer's territory. So that's also one confirmation. Okay, so I know where money is going and momentum is going. And I know whether buyers or sellers are in power. This is a very helpful indicator, guys. Okay, and our next step, guys, we're gonna look for our green line. You guys can see our green line hasn't crossed, is like right on our zero level. But that is a great sign, right? We want it to flow towards the direction we want it to go. That is a great sign. When you guys see it's right on the green line, okay, then what you guys want to think, right, is the next candle that closes, you know, it should cross. And as you can see, guys, it does, right? It made its move into buyer's territory. So that next candle, guys, you want to wait for it to close. You want to make sure it's a flat bottom, right? Flat bottom Hakanashi candle, right? So that's the candle that we're looking for. So after you guys line it up, right, it's the next candle you want to look for, the next candle. Sometimes, okay, when you're using this strategy, you're not always going to have a flat bottom. So if it's not a flat bottom, we don't take the trade. We just look for, we just wait for the next candle, right? So if it's like a doji or anything like that, an indecision candle, don't take it. It looks like something like this, or let's say it, you know, let's say I'm trying to look for it, like this, for example, right? So not a flat top, it has a little wick in the bottom. We don't take it, right? We're gonna wait for a flat bottom Hakanashi candle. So guys, see, right? This is what you want to look for. When that happens, guys, once it closes, we take it, right? We take it right when it closes. So we're gonna jump right into the momentum of the actual trade. So you guys can see it comes up, pulls back on us, but nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. About 10 pips, about 11, 12 pips. Yeah, about 12 pips. Nothing crazy, guys. And then you guys can see, if you held it, you know, it went straight into profit, right? Hitting all targets. So there's times where, you know, this could have been a second entry as well. Let's say you missed that move, and it pulled back, right? And you wanted to re-enter. This could have been another opportunity for you to re-enter the market. You know, for if you was already in the pair, I mean, if you was already in the trade, or if you missed it, you know, you can look for another re-entry if it crossed again. And so just make sure that everything lines up, and you just wait for the next candle to close, and you just jump right in, right? So guys, this strategy, guys, is like I said, it's one of my favorite strategies, guys. We're open for questions. You guys can drop your questions in the chat box. You know, you guys want me to answer some of your questions. You guys are confused. Give me 1 second. All right, guys. That's a perfect question. All right, guys, I'm gonna just look at some of you guys and start from the top. All right, some of you guys have a question about the indicators. Okay, just give me 1 second. It's a lot of questions coming in. Steve, he's trolling in the comments. It's funny. All right, cool. So with our MACDs, guys, right? So from my understanding, this is what was told one of my mentors. Okay, so let me go ahead and just make this a lot clearer for you guys. So the green line and the red line. Okay, so perfect. Yeah, she's dropped the confirmations in the chat. Perfect. So guys, the green line the red line represents the big guys in the market, the guys with all the money. And this is what was brought to my attention not too long ago. So the red line represents the guys with all the money. So, you know, the big banks. And so when you see this red line enter the market, you see big moves about to happen. Okay, guys, so pay attention really quick, right? You guys see, right, let's flow with this line, right? You guys can see how this line, once it enters into buyer's territory, look what happens on the chart, right? You guys can see how that big push, right? Exactly my point. So this represents the guys with all the money. So what we want to do is this green line moves faster than the actual red line. So actually represents guys who are entering the market. So we want our green line to flow in the same direction as our red line. But this is going to give us the green line is going to give us the confirmation. Okay, the green line is going to give us confirmation to enter the market. So the red line, yes, it does matter, but we want to make sure that, you know, we focus on the green line and make sure, you know, we also want to look at the red line to see where it's at as well. Because when the red line crosses, guys, once it enters into buyer's territory, as you can see, guys, you can start seeing big push in the market, right? Yeah, so the green line is the retail traders, the red line is the banks. Exactly. So you guys can see another trick is one thing I learned. I forgot his name, Delando. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong, but his name is Lano Bands on Instagram. He's a Gold Cup educator. And he told me on Go Live is whenever these MACDs cross, you guys can start seeing, you know, a change in direction. So you guys can see how moves like this, for example, right? Whenever they cross, you guys can start seeing pullbacks, right, in the market. And you can see, right, when the red line comes into a new territory, you guys can see big moves start to happen as well. Okay, so this is a good indicator to use. You know, when I see like a cross, like right here, you guys can start seeing, you know, momentum start to change, or you can start to see the trend start to lose momentum. And so that's something that you want to look out for as well. It's a good trick. And when I see a cross, I either like close out, or, you know, I just move my stop loss into my profits. So the red MACD's main purpose is just to, you know, identify, you know, the big moves, right? We want to make sure that, you know, we want to trade with the big banks, right? We want to trade with the guys with all the money, right? So what this indicator is gonna these indicators gonna let us know is where's money's going, where momentum is going, right? So it's just the green line just helps us knowing when to enter the market, and, you know, the red indicator, you know, I like to use it as another confirmation. You know, whenever it goes into, like I said before, whenever it goes into a new territory, as you can see here, if I'm in this trade, okay, if I'm in this trade, you know, just by looking at my MACD, and I see, let's say I'm in the trade and let's see the red line enter. If I see the red line cross, I know that, all right, I might see a push, right? I might see, you know, this continue going into an uptrend. And so, you know, that I just know that when that happens, it's money time, right? So this MACD is very helpful with knowing what's happening in the market. Okay, and so let's look at the questions. Yes. So when I say, all right, you guys are asking about the candle. So when I say with the candles, yeah, you're gonna wait for the candle to close. Okay. We're gonna wait for that candle to close. So whenever you guys see a cross, right? Whenever you guys see the cross, there's gonna be times where it lines up as you guys can see, and this candle hasn't opened yet. Or there's gonna be times where that has opened and it hasn't closed, right? So you want to identify that. Sometimes you have to wait for it to open, or sometimes you have to wait for it to close. So whenever you guys see the next candle after that cross, guys, you want to wait for it to close, and then once it closes, you take the trade. Yes, it's every hour. And this also works on the 4 hours, 4 hour as well. Exactly. Every hour, a new candle opens. Wait for the flat bottom for a buy and enter. Exactly. So let's go over something else. Let's see. And I've realized, guys, with using this strategy a lot, there's with this scanner, there's some pairs that move a lot better than others. There's a lot of setups that are more cleaner than others as well. You guys can see here with the Euro USD. What is this? I'm sorry, you analyze hour you can enter. So yeah, so you guys with the 15 minute. So I've used the 15 minute. I've seen the good, bad, and the ugly with the strategy, and I haven't had any consistency on the 15 minute. I've won trades on the 15 minute. It does work, but there's times where there's on the 15 it will pull back on you, it hit stop loss, all that stuff. Using the hour is just a lot better. It's just a lot more better, more confirmation. You can use it on the 15, but like I said, I just haven't found any consistency with the 15. It moves a lot quicker. And yeah, just the hour is where this strategy works best. The hour or the 4 hour. So if you do see on the 15, you can trade it if all confirmations go. And I do that sometimes, but I try to stick with the hour. And just trade on the hour time frame. That's just where it works best, guys. Yeah, it's best to stick on the 1 hour. Trust me. I've seen the good, bad, and ugly with this strategy. The 15 is not always the best time frame to trade. I love trading on the hour chart. So you guys can see here, guys, we have our cross. Right, we have our cross here. You guys can see that. So whenever you're on a scanner, sometimes you can wait for the cross, or sometimes I'll wait for it. I have my Harmonic scanner open, and let's say it looks like you might see it coming down. You might see about a cross, and all right, I always say, I'm gonna keep my eye on this. All right, I'm gonna keep my eye on this. You see it cross, and then okay, boom, I'm gonna make sure I mark this up. Right, this is how you mark up on a Sensei. Just make sure you have your line on that cross, and now you just want to make sure that it lines up. So now we have our RMM in seller's territory. We have our green MACD in seller's territory as well. So you guys can see how beautiful that setup is. And so guys, when you see this, just know it's money time, right? All you got to do is wait for the next candle. That's all you have to do. And see, look, we have a flat top Hakanashi candle for the sell, and then we take it on the next. We take it when it closes. And you guys can see this is where we would enter right around here. Right there, perfectly. Right? So I know, Steve, like last night, bro, I was telling you to sell GU, and I caught it up to here. Right? I saw the cross, right? And I caught it, sold it, and 100 pips in profit. So guys, this strategy is crazy. Let's go on to the AUD CAD for example, okay? So you guys can see how we're looking for all kinds. So sometimes it's gonna look like this, right? It's gonna look like it's about a cross. We just have to wait for the setup. So just be patient for that. I'm not in love with the setup. But yeah, we're just like, if all confirmations go through, that's an opportunity for you to make money. So you have to be patient with this strategy, guys. If the confirmations don't line up, then we're not taking the trade. It's the same thing here for Euro NZD. Let's look at USDJPY. So we can see it's consolidating a little bit. You have GPVJPY. Let's look at, it's not too many examples. Work our way down. We can even look on the 15 just to see what we got going on the 15. Let's see. Give me 1 second, guys, so I'll look through this. It's a lot smaller. So with the Hakanashi candles, the bigger the candles, the bigger the momentum. So you guys can see on the 15. Yeah, I'll make sure I check your JPY. I'll make sure I check it. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna just go run through this. Because it's actually on Bitcoin. That was in this weekend. So I bought that, right? It works on Bitcoin as well, right? On Hot Forex Broker, you guys can see the Bitcoin setups. And so this is another one, right? Lineup still applies, strategy still applies. Let me go back to Euro JPY. So where is it? Euro JPY. It's on the hour. For the buy. Euro JPY. Where is it? Was it on the hour? Or the 15? Can you check out Euro JPY? Quick scanners against all the indicators. I'm trying to look for it. Just let me know what time frame is on, guys. I'm trying to see where it's at. Where exactly is it? Euro JPY. Trying to see. It's probably on another. Yeah. That's what I figured. It's probably not on. Where is it? JPY is on the 15. Right here. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Only one I've seen on the 15. The hour. Yeah, it's right there, guys. All right, perfect. My fault. Yeah, it's on the hour. Yeah. So good, perfect. Yeah, so you guys can see, right? All right, perfect. Just give me 1 second. Grab my charger really quick. All right, so with your JPY, just looking at this, we had our cross. And our RMM, our RSI, our money flow, and our momentum indicators, it followed through, but our MACD, kind of, you guys can see it, came down and it curved, right? It pulled back, right? So we never got the chance to see, the Hakanashi or the MACD to cross. So, this is something that, is very helpful. It's going to keep us out of stuff like that, that pullback. And so this is why you want to remain patient and wait for all setups to set up, right? We have our cross, we have our RMM. However, we have, like you guys can see, our MACD never crossed, kind of just curved, right? So what I would do is I would just wait for a reentry. I would wait for the our EMA to cross back down if it does, and just wait for that setup. Yeah, so the blue does go over the right, it does go over the red for the buy. However, we're going it based on the scanner. So the scanner is telling you to sell. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that our indicators cross into seller territory, right? We want to wait for that sell setup. There's times where I've done this before, where I'll catch it on the way up, right? If it crosses, it pulls back. I catch it on the way up. You can do that. I don't do that all the time, but I've definitely tried it. That works as well, right? If you want to catch it on the way up, you can. And that's also something that you can just scalp it. You can catch about, like, let's say everything goes through. You can catch a quick 10, 15 pips, 20 pips, but we want to go for the long-term move. Yeah, you don't want to go against the scanner. Yeah, you don't want to go scanner. Sometimes I do. When I'm on a scanner, sometimes you can just play around with it. You can, it crosses back up, probably catch it on the way back. But yeah, like overall, guys, you just want to just go with the overall move. Don't not go against the scanner. So if it says a sell, wait for it, the blue to cross downward. If it pulls back on you, depending on where your stop loss is, make sure that you hold your trades. But stuff like with your JPY, this is what happens. We would enter. We would never had our entry, but this is something that will keep you out. Right, will keep you out of these pullbacks. But yeah, guys, it definitely does pull back. But yeah, we just want to just trade with the market. So let's see. Let's look at some other examples. Let's look at. We have NZD CAD. Same thing. So everyone has an understanding of, the strategy, guys. Wait for the cross. You guys can see our entry would have been around this area. So candles that look like this, you can. I had guys that still enter, right? They still entered even though it wasn't a flat top, and the strategy still applies. Like I said, right? We want to trade with precision. Right, there's times where you can do that, right? Because I was told by some of my guys that, hey, like, I entered and it wasn't a flat top or flat bottom, it still went to profit and still made money. And yeah, you're still using the scanner, so the scanner is gonna give you that like I said, you're at an 80% success rate. Okay, so you can still enter. However, like I said, you want to use the confirmations. Make sure you want to wait for the flat top Hakanashi candle to close. But yeah, guys. So let me just go ahead and wrap it up. So this is the first EMA, 3, close, 0. Lastly, guys, before I wrap it up, and the style is blue, precision 4, and for the second one is 10 EMA. Length is 10, is red, 4. All right, those are the EMAs. All right, guys. So, guys, for today, if there's any setups, just make sure that you catch those pips. Wait for all confirmations to go through and just make this money. So this is a great strategy, guys, to use on a daily. So yeah, guys, make sure that you follow all the steps and you'll be on your way to catching 50, 100 pips by the day. So make sure you guys, you learn a strategy. All right, you can just demo it. That's one thing I did. I demoed the strategy for a couple of days, and then once I saw consistency, I went on the live account, and yeah, the rest was history. And then I went out and just showed my team. And so this is like my bread and butter. And guys, when I learned the strategy, it took me from, I think I was P6 at the time to like P1K, and like it was crazy. Because when I saw the strategy, it just changed the whole game for me, right? Because it was very easy, it's very simple, and guys can just see the lineup, take the trade, and that was it, right? That simple, guys. So this is definitely a strategy we can use to our advantage, and just show our guys how to profit within the first week, second week, and just go from there. So one thing I recommend is, guys, get better with the strategy, guys. Learn it. Become your own signal. You can start calling. I know guys, use this strategy to call out their own signals now. I'm seeing a lot of stuff, a lot of growth with these traders. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna leave you off with that. What I'm gonna do is, let me go to my documents really quick. I know I have. Yeah, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure I drag it in the chat. Yeah, drop some 7-7s in the chat, guys. Got some value. I'm gonna drop the PDF in the BPO chats for you guys, so you guys can make sure you have the notes. I'm sorry, the settings. So that is coming your way right now. All right. So perfect. So that is there. I just dropped it. Drop some fire emojis in the BPO chat for me. I'm gonna go ahead and log off, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. And let's run it up, guys.